And this is the Time Machine Rave. Hello. It's Friday night in Los Angeles, and we are doing acid for the second time today. Acid house, acid techno, acid breaks, acid trance, even even that. But good to see everybody here. Hope anybody that's having a holiday today, I hope you're having a good time and you're staying safe. If you're in another part of the world, happy weekend to you. Or good morning. But how you doing, Cosmic Seeds? Good to see you. Bright Will, how are you? Cosmic's gonna stream later. What do they have downtown tonight? Anything in particular, or just fireworks and crowds? Oh, I remember last year you streamed fireworks, right? Obviously. Yeah, that's what you would be doing. I forgot about that. DJ QTube, good to see you. And we are all acid friends tonight. And we got Mr. Toe Tag on Twitch. Lurking is allowed. I say that often. Oh, hey, look at that. 1174. That is cool. 11 July 4th. It means something. It's important. What's up, Smitty? Acid Dick. I'm cool with that. Cause welcome to the rave.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. It excites me.
To fulfill your greed, I could get you to a destination guaranteed. Now I wanna take it slow into place. Come on top of me, baby, and wiggle your waist. When you can't defend yourself without the mace, cause right now I'm bringing all of this bass to your face. In the gear, maybe we could just unwind. A piece of cake, maybe followed by a bottle of wine. I ain't going nowhere, baby, take off your clothes. I don't mind being slapped, I deserve the blows. You know I speak the truth, ask God, he knows. I'm right here, sugar daddy, to fulfill your greed. Now I wanna take it slow in the place. Come on top of me, baby, and wiggle your waist. I'm hoping you can defend yourself without the mace, cause right now I'm bringing all of this bass to your face.
We got some great people in the room. More great people, I should say. I can feel it, man. I just know it. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna see a bunch of awesome people that I love to see here. People like Jorge PZ, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Charles Karaoke, the DJ, what is up? Welcome back. Jeffrey Fabian, good to see you. How are you doing? Acid Fridays, the only holiday that matters, in my opinion. But lovely to see you tonight. Felix the Cat, how you doing? Marion, welcome. James Maestro, what is up? I am doing well. And yes, it's that Jeffrey from Twitch. I was playing that Junior Vasquez track, If Madonna Calls, the other day, and I was trying to tell the story you told me about how it got made and stuff, and how Junior and Madonna kind of got into a tizzy, but I couldn't remember it completely. If you wanted to summarize that, you don't have to, but I'm curious as to more specifically what went down in that situation that made that track. So I looked it up on Wikipedia, and not much about the writing of it. Sadiqa Zuder, how you doing? Thank you. It got more awesome because you just got here, so we're gonna go super awesome tonight with some super acid. And yeah, that last track was by Plump DJs called Weighed Down off the record label Finger Lickin', which is why I said that in the chat. I wasn't being perverted. Or was I? No, I wasn't. I was doing my thing where I relate everything back to music. Any and everything. Cause welcome to the rave.
not here. If Madonna calls, I'm not here. Madonna called. Madonna called, I'm not here. Madonna called, I'm not here. If Madonna called, I'm not here. If Madonna called, I'm not here. If Madonna called, I'm not here. 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 Madonna called, if Madonna called, Madonna called, if Madonna called, I'm not here. Madonna called, if Madonna called, Madonna called, if Madonna called, I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Hello, Junior. This is Madonna. Are you there? Call me in Miami.
señorita Costa. Hola, señorita Costa. Hola, señorita Costa. Hola, señorita Costa. Listen, watch me some boys from El Barrio and I'll be sick. 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 Madonna called. Madonna called. Madonna called. Madonna called. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Days bleeding into weeks for you. Reaching out as if you knew. Free to celebrate our room. Free, no one's coming to our rescue. Was I too far gone to find? said I wasn't right. A mountain you forgot to It's free. Away the pain to get through. The feel nothing but a fragment or two. Fade away the story of a God that left you, and reach inside your warring border and light the fuse. I wanna lose.
you tonight. Lurkers Lounge with the XP. Again, I can't even see all that XP stuff, but like I always say, I love all of you equally. Mr. DJ Longhair, how you doing? Good to see you. And thank you, Q2. Yeah, I was feeling it tonight when I was singing, so maybe that was the difference. And Kenneth saw DJ Ken in the house. Of course, Ken's doing the after hours on YouTube tonight, right? Either way, coming up, we got after hours with Kenneth Saul, DJ Ken. But for now, we got some more acid to get through. Cause welcome to the radio. What's up, Kaz? How you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, that cut the mid-range. I have a few tracks with that sample in it, but that song is actually called Cut the Mid-Range by Watchman. Great acid producer from the 90s. And of course, this is a rare Daft Punk remix of Get Funky, Get Down by the Micronauts. Fully acidic Daft Punk. I dig it. Cause welcome to the rave.
When
all right through your lies. They're leaving one by one by one. And as the light dies through the door, you're looking back towards, you're looking back towards the shadow of your gone. It's all right through your lies. They're leaving one by one by one. And as the light dies through the door, you're looking back toward, you're looking back towards the shadow of your gone.
Friggin' tubular, bro. Yo, Mike, that last wave you took was totally tubular. If you didn't know, that's where he got the name Tubular Bells from. He was surfing in Zuma, of course. It's always Zuma, right? And he caught this killer little wave. Nothing too big, but nothing too small neither. Shows off a little bit, you know. And his friend is there, always the supportive friend, says, "Yo, Mike, that wave was tubular." And it fucking blew Mike Oldfield's minds. All of them. Because when he thought about it, he realized tubular is not just another word for cool, but it also describes the wave. that he was just riding in. Boom. It's all connected. Wouldn't that be funny if Mike Oldfield really was a surfer? Like, what are the chances any artist you're listening to on the radio has actually surfed before? I've surfed before. My sister's ex-boyfriend a long time ago when I was a kid took me surfing. I was not very good at it, but I was intrigued. I was good at snowboarding. That was something I liked to do. That was always fun. Why am I turning this off now? I should keep this on while I'm talking, right? This is what I'm trying to turn off, this annoying thing. There we go. Much better. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. E. Martin G is here. Matt Rains, good to see you. I was reading another word when I was talking to you. This must be the place, the end. Naive, very naive, that melody, let me tell you. Thank you, Cesar. Cosmic Seed Smitty. Yeah, that was a fun one tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Ken, are you around, Ken? Which channel are you streaming on tonight? Robert R.I., thank you. Yeah, that was fun. Anatoly, good to see you tonight. We got DJ Ken of the Saul coming up next. I don't know if he's ready yet. But let me know. Where we going? Mikey Z, finally here, right at the end. Good to see you. I hope you're not for reals. Okay, Ken is still setting up, so I'm going to do a little encore. I'm going to just do my little cover, or it's more like karaoke, of Moderat's Bad Kingdom, just because I like to sing it. And we'll see what happens after that, if he's ready. If not, I'll keep going. But let's see here. What do we got? Hear any good jokes lately? I realize this is not a back and forth thing here, so I'm asking questions you can't even answer. What am I thinking of, man? What am I doing? That's a good question. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay. Here we go. This is the part you never hear, because I don't start the stream yet.
No need to shout, just to stand the silence. And we'll spend time in the early morning sets. You sit and wait, watching full glasses through blank eyes. This is not what you wanted, not what you had in mind. This is not what you wanted, what you had in mind. Vacuous winter stairs, a worn-out version of yourself, too tough to fall, but not strong enough to turn. But not strong enough to turn. But not strong enough to turn.
Let's get this started.
you leave, things might feel better, but the closure will wear upon your skin. It feels clean. The sun will wash away the trouble you hold inside your skin. World is green. You shelter your eyes from the sand and the rain and purity. Don't call for me. I said that I'm moving on. I said that I'm trying to slip free. I can't accept you. I can't let go, and I don't wanna know. We're driving forever. We're going nowhere, but I don't wanna know. Everything's at stake this time. It's too much to sever, and you're all alone. I can't replace you. I can't let go, and I don't wanna know. Don't wanna know. I can't replace you. I can't let go, and I don't wanna know. It wasn't your time. This isn't your minute. The burners are temporary. We're driving forever. We're going nowhere, but I don't wanna know. It's clenching your fist. It's turning to dust. A chance to disintegrate your trust. Everything's at stake this time. It's too much to sever, and you're all alone. Walk to the end of Main Street. The cul-de-sac running at your feet. I can't replace you. I can't let go, and I don't wanna know. So don't make a sound, and just lay still. The end will come soon to feed your will.
my mind. It was the sign of the time we never forget. One morning our parents kicked us out of a bed. We told them it's no stupid, don't play the fool. But the answer was shut you got to go to school.
G's running up and down and everybody know. Rapping, rocking, popping in the street kid show. Mike the G rock the house and you know what I'm saying. Now when he's on a mic there will be no delay, so you better run to see him in your neighborhood. He's rapping, rocking all the way to Hollywood. Hey, check it out, these are the words we say. Yo, scream with us, we need a holiday. We gonna ring a rang a dong for the holiday.
Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Mike and D and Sweat, we're here to stay.
We gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Hey, check out the new style we just played.
We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll swim. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam. Right? We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll swim. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam. Right?
I want a holiday, I'm still in love. The only thing is still the only thing I've done. That's when Spirit will be. Better go when you're on the street. If you can't get show, it's about rock. What happened to you? I told them it's my life and there's no one to do. I saw it in school, I thought I'd never stay. If you miss it, once again I need my holiday.
Well, this is my partner with the #1 jam. Famous in the city, Bronx and Amsterdam. The fastest rapper, your name is Mike G. His rap is longer than the sucker empty. Let me show you what my man can do. Rapping, rocking, popping, and the boogaloo too. But anyway, no more delay. Just listen to the beatbox he will play. Because rapping is my thing and I do it every day. I'm the #1 rapper, yo, my name is Swen. I can rap more raps than a Superman can. So I'm the guy on your radio, also rocking to the rhythm in stereo.
And you don't stop, that body rock. You won't stop, that body rock. Yo, spell my name right, I'm Michael G. M-I-K-E-R-N-D-S-E. Yo, M is microphone and G is genius. Michael D in the house, that's serious. And you know that, and you show that. It's time, Swen, so let's go back.
York City.
So, Ken, how you doing? You almost ready? I gotta go though. I'm pretty beat after that little encore though. But it was worth it to play Holiday Rap by MC Miker G and DJ Sven. And DJ is spelled out like DEEJAY. Matt Rains, if you've ever there was this viral GIF. I guess it wasn't a GIF because it had music to it, but it was like even pre-YouTube. I used to see it of this little person in an Indian Bollywood movie, pop locking to that song, the little beat, the little kind of what is it called? Little break that happens with the beatboxing. It's like that's actually where I found out what that track was because I'd seen that little clip before from the Bollywood movie. I was like, that's such a weird song. And it's so like 80s electro weirdness and also poppy, very poppy. And it's kind of foreign to me because it's from Europe. I don't know. Everything about it is fun. But that's all I got for tonight. And yeah, I played Holiday Rap because I knew I had a better chance of getting away with that than a more popular song. But oh, that's too bad. Well, keep trying, Kenneth. People will watch if you're doing it. And yeah, that is all the time I have for tonight, for real. Because I almost did like, I don't know, 2 hours 45 minutes earlier today, and then 2 hours and 10 minutes today again. Trust me, it was worth it. I had a good time, and it was a nice time hanging out with everybody here. But I gotta go lie down. Thank you, everybody. That was awesome. If you like what you heard tonight, you could subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on Twitch, or check out the Patreon link in both descriptions. Oh, Robert R.I. is back from the shower. I don't know if I said hi to you before, but now I am again. You could check out the Patreon link in both descriptions, and it's only $2 a month to become a member, and you get access to exclusive mixes every Sunday, including this upcoming Sunday, which is going to be the 2-year anniversary mix for Time Machine Rave. I'll be making that Patreon mix available to the public. You know, you don't even need an account to go see it tomorrow. So check that out on the Patreon link, or not tomorrow, on Sunday. I'm going to be doing like the top tracks of the last 2 years of Time Machine Rave. You know, what else? So, and then next week after that, I'll be doing like a more current mix, which is something Kenneth recommended, and I haven't done like a more current mix for a while, so that's the plan. Anyway, if you get it working, let us know, Kenneth. Otherwise, thank you. I will be here in the morning again, just under 12 hours from now at 11:11 a.m. Pacific time for a Weekend Warehouse Wisdom. So join me then. I'm excited to play again. I mean, honestly, I'm just stopping now, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do it again. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm very grateful that I have something that I have this much fun doing in my life. What can I say? And all of you people are awesome for hanging out with me and listening and commenting. Although, like I said, I can't see your XP, so I love all of you equally. And that is all I have, so have a good night, and I will see you next time in the Time Machine.